Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Motherfucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, spiritual laws, and how to reach your fucking dreams. We're gonna talk about the chapter, the second to the last chapter of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Double T's. Okay. On the chapter, cautions and concluding observations. Before we get started, I want to ask you two questions for you, okay? Are you ready to learn and apply? Number two, are you ready to be the best version of yourself, meaning to go after what you truly want? You've said yes to those questions? Take that step forward, cross that white line, and let's get started. Those of you who said no, we're still thinking, get out. It's not going to benefit you, okay? Come back later. All right, come back another time, and it'll benefit you, okay? Now, those of you who stay to the end. This is a very important episode because we're talking about self-talk, okay? And self-talk is linked to manifesting. And I'll explain how, so stay to the end. All right, so here's what I got from this chapter. I'm going to read the first sentences of the chapter and then go over what stood out to me, okay, which is the self-talk, and we'll go over some quotes. Quote, many people will scoff at the idea that there is an exact science of getting rich, holding the impression that the supply of wealth is limited. They will insist that social and governmental institutions must be changed before even any considerable number of people can acquire a competence. End quote. So this is the old way of thinking. I used to think this way too, especially when I was at university. I used to think like, oh man, the government, capitalism, we're not gonna be able to get this stuff. It's so unjust, da 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 da. You always find, if you focus on that line of thought, that somebody else has your power, you will always have zero power, okay? I changed my point of view when I got angry. The university didn't want to give me my funding for my classes and my stipend because I was getting paid. I was getting paid like $2,000 a month, which is not bad, but shit, I lived off of that. And I was like, okay, and I'm around 26 years old, so I'm a man. I'm a man now. Okay, I'm 26 years old at that time. It was 2016, and I'm like, how can I be like this, not have money, right? How can they have so much power over me? Now I can't pay this and that, right? Whatever. So I created, okay, so I'm gonna do everything I can to become rich, financially free. All right, and that's how I started attracting Think and Grow Rich, and I think it's a book from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I went to Barnes and Noble and I started looking for the books. I just went to Barnes and Noble. All right, I was a student. Okay, I was a student, UCLA student. So okay, I'm gonna learn this shit. I'm gonna learn how to do this. Okay, and yeah. No, the rest is history. Okay. Now, here's what he says. He says this in a lot throughout this chapter. Okay, so I'm just gonna summarize it in this quote. Quote: it is enough to know that neither the government under which you live nor the capitalistic or competitive system of industry can keep you from getting rich. When you enter upon the creative plane of thought, you will rise above all these things and become a citizen of another kingdom. But remember that your thought must be held upon the creative plane. You are never, for an instant, to be betrayed into regarding the supply as limited or into acting on the moral level of competition. Whenever you do fall into old ways of thought, correct yourself instantly. For when you are in the competitive mind, you have lost the cooperation of the mind of the whole. End quote. The universal mind. Okay. The universal mind is the mind of the whole. It is the all. Because you're thinking about lack. You're not having faith. You're thinking, oh, the universe is not going to give it to me. That's what you're thinking because you're saying there's not enough. That's showing lack of faith. I got this epiphany after reading this chapter that every challenge that I've had, like the challenge I mentioned to you about, was a test of faith. A test of faith. Every challenge you have is a test of faith. Are you going to show your balls? Okay? Faith without nerve is dead. All right? Faith without nerve is dead. Florence Scovel Shinn. Okay, that's her quote. Or are you going to be like, I don't have this. She left me. He left me. Bro, I don't have enough. Bro, I'm unhealthy. Bro, change your self-talk. Quote, O ye of little faith, end quote. Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ saying, man, stop being a bitch. All right? Change your self-talk. Now you know that this is going to impact your life. This is going to impact your life. Get away from people, especially yourself. Get away from your self-talk, because when you're alone, you end up finding out that it is you that is bringing you harm, okay? That is bringing you this negative self-talk. So you change it. And this is what Wallace Wattles writes. Quote, guard your speech. Never speak of yourself, your affairs, or anything else in a discouraged or discouraging way. Never admit the possibility of failure or speak in a way that infers failure as a possibility. Never speak of the times as being hard or of business conditions as being doubtful. Times may be hard and business doubtful for those who are on the competitive plane, but they can never be so for you. You can create what you want, and you are above fear, end quote. Because you have faith. You understand the laws, the spiritual laws of creation. First cause. You know there's a spiritual substance that provides you with everything. Every morning that you wake up, you have been giving another opportunity to create heaven on earth. And here, always hold to the positive mind. Okay? Always hold to the positive mind. He shares a story of a guy who was working on a sale. I'm going to wrap this one up pretty soon right now, right? Working on a sale, and the sale didn't go through. But then another sale came in that was bigger than that one, that was way better. And he was thinking about this sale for a long time. He's like hoping on it. But the beautiful thing about this student that Waddles shares about is that he gave thanks for that failure. He says, thank you, God. I give thanks for this failure. Yeah. So, quote, he was not disappointed. On the contrary, he thanked God that his desire had been overruled and went steadily on with a grateful mind, end quote. Okay. This is why I like saying my life gets better and better and better. When things look like they're not going my way, that means even more good things are coming. This is what I say. So it's a good quote. Yeah, I'll share it with you so you can have it. And my life has been getting better and better and better every single day. Okay. My life gets better and better and better and better. Better. Okay. Here are the things that, if you're new to this information, if you're not, it's a good refresh over this. I'm gonna share a quote some quotes that he gives, some directions that he gives. So, while you are getting firmly established in this faith, you will do well to give up most recreations and pleasure, end quote. Okay, so as you're learning this, if you're still like saying a lot of negative shit, you're still kind of not believing, you're kind of believing, you have a little bit of faith, stay away from all recreations and pleasures for now, okay? Read, okay? Because this is what you got to do. Read or watch material on this. John Bones Jones, the UFC fighter, he fucking did this shit. He said, when I was 19, I just engulfed myself for hours and hours on self-belief. So here's what Wallace Wattles shares, which I also agree. Quote, spend most of your leisure time in contemplating your vision and in cultivating gratitude and in reading this book. When you truly, truly cultivate gratitude, it's like you're in a happy mode, okay? You're content. Contentment means happiness, and happiness means contentment, okay? You get that when you work out. You get that when you give thanks. You give that when you give. You know, you feel like you don't have enough. Just give to somebody. That feeling of just giving fulfills you. I'm like, just give me water and bread. I'm good. I'm happy right now. Give me some water and bread. That's all I need. Because you feel so fucking good. You feel so amazing. That's how I feel when you guys comment below and say, hey, thank you so much. I feel that's how good I feel. You know, I have this knowledge. Whatever knowledge you may have, you can share it with people. Share it and help them. And then give them the impression of increase. Say, you can have more. You can do this and more. Okay? That's why I say to you, you can have anything you want. You can manifest your dreams. And I just started using the term manifest a couple years ago. Before I'm going to go after it. I'm going to do what I fucking see right here. I did that with my college, okay, my college education. You can see all my degrees over here in like wards. I did that with my body, okay, because I was chubby and didn't have muscle. I looked soft, and I'm like, oh, hell no. And I just saw a vision when I said, I'm going to fucking do it. When you say you're going to do it, you start seeing the vision, okay? You start saying, I'm going to get fucking rich. You start seeing the mansions and stuff. You start seeing these things. And you just live in that vision and do the action, whatever it takes. Okay, so now let's do some visualizing. Take a deep breath. Hold it for a second. Exhale. I also encourage meditation because it gets you calm and present. So I do it every day. Relax your arms, your legs, your toes, your jaw, your mouth. Close your eyes. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Take a deep breath. You could take some extra air through your mouth. Hold it for a second. Exhale. Now visualize your desire. See it in your mind. Move around, look around, touch some things, move some things, taste it, feel it. You know, hug the person if it's a person. Give it sensory vividness. Okay. Give it sensory vividness. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Run it again. You are calm and cheerful in this experience. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. Open your eyes. You have just created the spiritual prototype. Okay. The spiritual corresponding image of what you are manifesting. A spirit will manifest because that's what it does. That's how it operates. So expect it. With cheerful expectancy, dig your ditches, get prepared for it. Be prepared for it. Walk like you are that person already, because you are, in mind and spirit. And ask for the guidance. If you're intuitively empowered already, then you'll start getting the hunches. I usually get them when I meditate. I get the messages. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I love you. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. Comment below, whatever you want to comment. I appreciate you so much. Subscribe if you feel like subscribing to get more videos like this. Hit the notifications to know when the next one comes out. Okay, because the times vary when I put them. I put them whenever you guys are online. YouTube tells me when you guys are online. And share this. If somebody came to mind, share it with them. All right. Remember the self-talk, very important. Self-talk words, complete thoughts themselves, speech. When formed as a coherent sentence, I am, right? Subject and your predicate, whatever you're putting here, is a manifestation, a spiritual manifestation. Okay? So if you keep saying it over and over again, it will manifest. So if it's negative self-talk, switch it and do positive self-talk or positive affirmations. Okay? Till next time, I love you. Peace.